Hey guys, I'm back. This is the second video in this series where I'm making a haunted house mini album, and in the last video we put the cover together. So the cover is just some vintage wallpaper that I've painted, and we've done the insides. We just need to put the pages in today. And in the last video I went through all of these pages that we have and all of the pockets and all that sort of thing, so you can look back at the last video to check that out. But today we're going to put the pages in here. So I will put that to the side. Let's see. There's no side left. It's just like there's this little bit here that is clear. Otherwise there's stuff everywhere. Alright, so there are 12 base pages and we're going to stick 2 together to make a pocket page. So these 6 pages on the front here, base pages 1 to 6, they all have the tab on the left hand side, and then base pages 7 to 12 have the tab on the right hand side, and we take one of these pages and we glue it to one of these pages to make the pocket. So I've already gone ahead and done 4 pages just so we weren't here all day. So here's what I've done. I've taken one of the base pages with the tab on the right hand side and I've glued it on the back to one from the left hand side, so this one here. So I've taken one from this side and one from this side and stuck them together to make a pocket page. So that's what we're doing. So I've already done 4, and then I thought we would do a couple together. So I need my cutting mat and a cutting knife and a ruler. So we can put that to the side. So I've done this so I can make 6 pocket pages, and I've already made 4. So these are my remaining ones. So this one's the one with the window on it is a bit different, so we'll just leave that to the side and we'll put that one with that one. Okay, so we're going to put these 2 together. So this front one with the tab on the left hand side, we're not going to do anything to that. This one here with the tab on the right hand side, we're going to cut all the tabs off. So I'm going to cut this tab off along here. So I'm actually going to cut it off just before that black line, like that. Just makes it easier for it to fold. So I'm just going to cut that one off. And then I'm also going to cut these off. Now the reason that I left the tabs on to start with is if you wanted to use it as a pocket, then of course you would need to have these tabs, or just a flip. But in this instance we don't need them, so I'm just going to cut them off. Okay, so you can see that I've left this bit here, and I've also already, maybe I should have mentioned this, I should have mentioned this in but I have already scored along that black line there. So to do the scoring, I just used this little dotting tool and a piece of craft foam, and I just lay it down on here. I just found this the easiest way to do it, and lined up with my ruler like that, and then just gently ran up and down here with my dotting tool, so then I could just fold it. So that's how I have done all the folds. So we've done that one, and I've already folded all of these along these lines here, all of these tabs, so they fold in. So then this one here that we haven't done anything to, I'm just going to turn it over and press those down, and then I'm going to use a bit of glue, and I'm using my Ever Faithful Art Glitter Glue, and I haven't used this glue in a while, so surprised it still comes out. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on those tabs, and then I'm going to line this page up along the corner and the edge like this. Like that. There we go. Just check that it's not hanging out anywhere. And then I'm just going to press that down. And then this long tab here that we cut the other tab off, we need to glue that down. So I'm going to put some glue on here, along here. And press that, whoops, press that one down. And that's essentially all we need to do for our next pocket page. And then I have just got some of my ink and just inked around there, because from along the top there you can see the white edge of the paper. So I'm just going along and just, you know, knocking back that white a little bit. Same along here. And I'm also bending this little tab back and inking along here, because there's a chance that you might see a little bit of that and we don't want to. So that's one of our base pages done. So now we've got 5. And then for this last one here, with the window on it, I thought I might cut out where I think the glass goes. So I've got a craft knife, and this could end badly, but I'm going to do my best to cut along these window panes and just leave what would be the wood bits, I suppose, left. So wish me luck. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, does it? And along here, and hopefully that bit will come out. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to do that for all of them. Now that is not perfectly straight, but what about Halloween is perfect, I say. And so then I think I'll just go along these white edges, might be better from this side, and just try and knock back that white edge like that. Alright, so I'm going to do that for all of those, and then I'll be back in a minute. Okay, see you soon. Okay, I don't think I did too badly. I mean, this is why I have used my Cricut, because my manual cutting skills aren't the best, but there is my window, and I've got some plastic here. So this is a bit of the plastic that you get. It's like the Cricut plastic. I hope that makes some sense to you. And I am going to just cut enough off to go over here. So now I can't see that, can I? I'll line it up along there. So I'm just going to trim this bit of plastic off and stick it down for my window cutting knife. There we go. And then I'm just going to put it over my window and stick it down. I'll see if I can get the muck off it. And I reckon, I think I might just use a bit of tape, like masking tape. Here we go. I use a bit of masking tape if I can find the end. I will just stick that on here. So then hopefully nothing gets stuck on the edges when we slide in and out like that. May as well do the top and the bottom as well. And here, you won't see this, so it doesn't matter. There we go. And there's my window. Alright, so then we just need to do the same thing with the back side of this one like this. Now, no need to worry that you can see the white through it because we're going to put an insert in there. So anyway, I just need to go ahead and cut all these tabs off this final back page. So I'm just going to line it up and trim that one off. And line this up and trim that one off. And the last one. And that one. We'll slide all that over there. Okay, and then a glue. So just put those tabs in and put a little bit of glue along here. And here. And then stick this page on here. I haven't been too fussy about which pages I've put together because I don't even think that you'll see much of the pages after you put pockets and things on. So let's see how we went with that. That looks okay, that looks okay, that looks okay. Alright, so let's give that a press. And then not forgetting this little tab here, so I'm going to bend that one back and put a bit of glue on here. And glue that down. Always get too much glue. Try and get that off my fingers before I stick it to everything else. Okay, and then we just need to, put my lid on the glue and do a little inking around the edges here. Knock back that whiteness. And here. And not forgetting along this tab here. Seems a bit dark. We've had the strangest weather, you know, in Australia at the moment. It's getting towards the end of spring and I don't feel like we've had spring. It's just been raining and raining and raining. We've had the most rain in at least, I think they said 26 years or something. It has been wet. So I feel like we've just missed spring altogether. Alright, so here's our 6 pages all ready to go. So we did 2 together and I did 4 off camera so that we didn't take forever. So now we need to sort out our spine. So we've got our 6-page spine here and so that was in here on page 3. We used these last time and this time we're using that 6-page one. There's also the 4-page spine, but we're doing 6 pages. So now with my 6-page spine, the first thing I'm going to do is cut another one just using a bit of cardstock. I'm just going to use some black cardstock. So I'm just going to line it up there and draw around it. And then I'm just going to cut it out. I'm going to cut just inside the line that I drew so that it is not accidentally bigger than my spine piece itself. It's going to be just a little skinny bit smaller hopefully, and then it won't poke out accidentally. I can't see that line up there at all. Maybe if I turn it this way. There's a line there, maybe you can't see it because I can't either. I just can't. There we go. That'll do. Alright, so then I'm just going to trim that off. Get rid of that. And then hopefully that is just a tiny weensy bit smaller. Pretty much. It's really windy out there and probably going to rain some more. Unbelievable. Okay, so then this piece here, we need to be very careful and cut along these lines here. What I am going to do though is put a little bit of masking tape along the edges. And the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want it to accidentally rip. So where are my scissors? So I'm just going to put this bit of masking tape along the edges here. Because I can't use really thick cardstock, because I can't get it through my printer, it is not the thickest, most sturdy cardstock, and I'm most worried about these edges here. So then I'm just going to trim these bits off. And there. And here. Oops, I took a little bit of the cardstock with it then. And here. Okay. So hopefully that sort of reinforces along those edges a little bit. So now I'm going to use my craft knife with the really pointy tip. And I'm going to line up along this line here. And I'm going to, oh, this is so nerve-wracking. You know what, if it doesn't work I can print another one out, and once I see where the top of that line is, I'm just going to cut down all the way very carefully to the bottom of that line, which is about there. So then it's got a little slit in it like that. So I'm going to do that for every single one. Nerves. This is why I use the Cricut. So, okay, so right at the top of this line, all the way down. Not feeling nervous about you watching me at all. Totally calm. Next one. Yeah, it's bad enough when you're crafting and you make a mess or you make a mistake, but when you're doing it on camera and you don't, oops, see, I just went off a little bit. Stop talking and concentrate. Okay. Yeah, making mistakes on camera, especially because you think, well, I have to, you know, do it again, or I don't know, what do you do? I've had some disasters over my time on camera though, and I have left the bloopers in. Like one time when I was making something on camera and the top of my glue bottle came off and glue spilled all over whatever it was that I was working on. Disaster. But I left it in. Okay, last one I think. And if you ever come across it, rest assured I was kind of mortified. Okay, so we have 6 slits. Dun, ta-da. And we don't need this anymore, so let's get that out the way. it's going to fall over in a minute and scare the life out of me. Okay, so what happens is we're going to insert these little tags here into each one of those and glue it down. So we just have to decide on our order. Now, I had the idea that I wanted my window to be the third one from the back. So I was thinking maybe I like that one first. So that's my order. Alright, so this one, then this one, I don't think it really matters. Then that one. This one I wanted to be the third from the back. And then this one, and then this one. I don't know if that is ultimately going to matter, but here we are. Alright, so let's just dry fit this. It's going to go in my last one here. Just want to make sure that it slides in and fits okay, and it does. Yay! So that's how we're going to do it. Okay, and then it's going to flip over, and then we're going to do the next one all the way along. Might actually pay to do the first one. So let's do it like that. So I'm going to do it from this side, and I think I'll use glue. I do also have some double-sided tape if I need it. So this is my first page. It's going to go into my first slot. So I'm going to put some glue on this tab. I'm going to spread that glue out a little bit, maybe with my finger, or not. That might not have been a good idea. A little bit more glue. This is what's holding our pages in, so we don't want to be stingy. Alright, and of course I didn't try and fit that in. It'll be fine. So I'm going to slide that into this first slot. Get that bit of glue off there. And try and get it up to that little line there. A little bit more. What I've done before is use my little Cricut tool to help me out here. Slide it in. It's actually poking through to the next one. You can see it coming through there, kind of stopping it. Like that. Is that good? I feel like it could be a bit better. I feel like this is the trickiest part of the whole album. So if you are struggling a little with this, don't fret. Okay. Make sure that. So we want it to go up to the crease line, but not for the crease line to disappear into the little slot. I think that's as good as it's going to get because it's stuck down now. Okay, so that's the first one. And now the next one, same again. So I'm just going to do this for every single page. So we'll do one more together and then I'll go and do the rest off camera where it's less stressful. So if I lift up my tab, my little slot, and I feel like I need to lift them all up. That will work better. And then slide it in. That worked better. And then I just need to make sure that it's lined up with the other page. And I feel like it keeps wanting to slide out at the bottom here. There we go. There we go. Okay. There. Not bad. Let's flip it over and you can see it sitting there. Give it a press. Okay, so I'm going to do the next 4 and then I'll be back. So I'm just going to do exactly the same thing. Okay, so I'll see you in a minute. So I think everything went all right. I've got my 6 pages in. They don't look too bad. When I flip it over, you can see all the tabs stuck in there. And then we're just going to use this bit here that we cut out, and we're going to glue it down along here, and that's just going to hold it all in, make it a little firmer, make it a little happier. I feel like I might trim a little extra bit more off though. Let me get out my little cutting board. Sorry for that noise. Okay, I think, let's have a look. Yeah, I think I need to cut just a smidge more. Let's just cut a little bit more off. Actually, let's cut a little bit more off this side. So just a sliver. Cutting board cuts worse than I do. Okay, and then just a little sliver off here. Okay, now it might fit really good. Just shrunk a little bit, well, with all this sticking in of things. Yeah, that's good. All right, so I'm just going to cover this in glue. I guess you could use double-sided tape, but I feel like glue is the way here. Remembering that this is holding a whole album in. Or, you know, all the insides into our book. Okay, so then I'm going to plonk this down. Like so. Give it a really good press. Want to make sure that it's firmly attached. Along the top. Along the bottom. Glue on my fingers. Okay. Now we get to put this bit in our book cover. What do I do with that? Here it is. Okay, so I think I decided that this is going to be my front. Yep. So this is the front here, so it's going to head towards the front, and I'm just going to glue it in like that, making sure that it's not in the way of here or here, and that looks good. So more glue, lots more glue, and like so. Now I'm going to glue them in. I'm going to stick this in, but then I'm not going to move it. I'm going to leave it to dry before I attempt to move the pages, because we don't want to accidentally wobble it. Okay, so now I'm just going to glue this in so I can see where this edge is here. I can see, and I want to line this up with this down the bottom and the top. Like that, and then I'm just going to lift this up and make sure that it clears that. That looks pretty good. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this side. Happy with that. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so then I'm just going to really make sure that this is attached really firmly along the, get the glue off along the bottom. Actually worked out well, I think. Along here. I'm going to just hold this up, press along here, and then very carefully I'm going to press along each one of these, making sure that this bit here, this bit here is firmly attached. And then the next one, firmly attached. And then the next one, pressing that down really firmly. This one. And then this one. And that's it. So now I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to leave it to dry. But we could probably just flip them over. See, so it's actually pretty good. I was a bit worried about it, but it looks like it's really well attached. Press it down. Flip it over. Press it down. This page is a little skewy, but I don't think anyone will notice. Press it down. This one also might be a little bit skewy. Looking too carefully, that's what the problem is. Nobody's looking at your spine to see how good your pages are attached. No one is doing that. Okay, so that is all our pages in. Let's have a quick flip, see how we're going. Alright, so we've got our cover. Yes, pretty blank at the moment. And then we open it up. It lays nice and flat at the moment because there's nothing in it. And then we have page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, and page 6. And I have already cut out the side inserts, so let's go ahead and stick those in. Where are they? Here, side inserts. So on page 4 is the side insert. I've cut 6 of those, all ready for our 6 pocket pages. So I printed on the back side as well, and then I printed the front side and cut them out. So then they've got something on the back of each page so they don't look too blank. We can slide it in like that. It'll slide better, and it's got a little skull. And then this, we can stick them in each page. You might need to stick your bone folder in there if it doesn't. You might have a bit of glue stopping it from moving. And that one. And this one, so this will be good because I can't see there's a bit of glue stuck there. Just get my bone folder. Whoops. There we go. And just had a little bit of glue seepage in the corners there. Slide that one in. There we go. So if you put a photo on here, you'd be able to see it through the window. That'd be cool. Or we could put one of our little, I was thinking like I could stick one of these guys. So I could put a cat on here, maybe. Or I could put the mummy on here. Have him poking out. I'll decide that when it gets to the embellishing. So, okay, so then there's that one. This one. And this one. There we go. So now we have inserts in all our pockets. Look at that. Woo. Okay, so thanks very much for joining me today, where we have got all our pages and inserts in. In the next video, we are going to do some pockets, and then after some pockets and some flips, and then all we have to do after that is just make some photo mats or some envelopes and things to put in the pockets. That is all we've got left to do. So I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Thanks for your time today, guys. Take care. Bye.